My name is Patrick. I'm a grateful believer, struggle with drugs and criminal thinking. I grew up, good childhood, always made the best of everything. In second grade, I was voted most Christ-like. High school, it was a completely different world to me. I started drinking at parties because I liked the way it made me feel. By the end of high school, I was doing coke and ecstasy. Then I kind of just coasted after high school for a year or two and tried going to school. Didn't really pan out for me. I started dating this girl. A year into the relationship, we were driving and we were hit by a drunk driver and she died in the accident. And that's kind of when I turned away from God. And shortly after the accident, my friends at the time, they came to pick me up and they were like, here, try this, it'll help, and it was Oxycontin. And it did help because it made me feel better because it made me feel nothing. Oxycontin turned into heroin, and heroin turned to meth, and just turned into I could do whatever drug was in front of me, I would just do it. After that, I started doing illegal things to make money for the drugs. I would steal people's identities. I would make credit cards in other people's names. Any way I could make money was fine with me, and if it hurt someone else, it did not matter to me. It was out of control. Was certain that I was never gonna change, and I embraced it. And I figured that if I'm gonna do this, I'm just gonna do it the most I can, and there was no stopping me. I started going to jail, and it just got to the point where I didn't care. People would ask me when I was in jail, that I was locked up with, when are you getting out? And I would just say, why does it matter? As soon as I get out, I'm gonna be back in. The way I thought my life was gonna be. My life was utterly hopeless and just, and I was okay with it, I thought, I figured that's the way it's gonna be. It's never gonna change. I was never gonna have a job. I was never gonna have a driver's license of my own. When I was in prison this last time, I was trying to do a shot of crystal meth. Something clicked in my head finally that this finding happiness this way is not the way to do it. Things kind of started turning around after that. I always believed in God. I always believed Jesus was there. And even when I was in prison, sometimes I still felt like he was watching over me and stuff. Applied for the ankle monitor in prison. So luckily I got it somehow, even though I had write-ups for all types of stuff. And they let me out 6 months early on the ankle monitor. That was probably one of the things that saved me, because it was getting out on a leash. They ask you what are you gonna do for to stay sober when you get out before they give it to you. And I said that I was gonna go to Celebrate Recovery because my sister goes there. Yeah, I got out. I started going to meetings and I started checking out Celebrate Recovery. My first impression of CR, it was really intense. I walked in and started singing, and it made me really emotional, and I really wanted to leave, but my grandma had dropped me off there, so I couldn't. So I stayed, and yeah, I met a lot of cool people, and then I had to leave abruptly at 9 because I had to be home because my ankle monitor would have gone off. But yeah, I just kept going back, meeting people, and I keep going. And I run into this girl, Caroline. I feel like God definitely put her in my life. Definitely helped me get closer to him. She knows everything about the Bible. It was having my own little Bible scholar right by my side. We started dating, and she encouraged me to get baptized, which is something I had never done. Yeah, so I went and did that on Easter of this year. Everything just started working out the way God wanted it to. Ever since I got out of prison this last time, I've stopped being as selfish as I was and thinking I knew everything, and I've started putting things in God's hands, and that's what's helped me get my life back in order. I never thought I would have a job. Someone that I met at CR gave me a job. I worked at a mechanic shop, and before I went to prison, I was stealing cars and writing checks that weren't mine. And I got out, and at this job I had to drive other people's cars and write checks for parts, and people trusted me with their credit cards, and it was pretty amazing. And then I got a new job, plumbing, and now I get to work with a torch all day, and I'm great with a torch. My whole attitude's changed on life. God worked a miracle in my life by just taking away my desire to use. I never thought that would go away. I never thought I would be able to go a day without using anything, but now I have almost 18 months clean. And so this last February, one of the best things that has ever happened in my life, I got married. It's been a complete life change for me. I went from dealing with like violence in prison, and now I get to deal with a 7 and 8-year-old. They've really softened my heart. He's given me a great family, an amazing job. He's given me a relationship with my family back, like my mom and my grandma, my sister. He's given me my emotions back, which I hate. Giving me my license back. He's given me so many things, too many things to list. I have a baby on the way. Like, we're just one big happy family now, and he's given me more than I could have ever imagined. Psalm 77:14 says, "You are the God who performs miracles. You display your power among the peoples."